Question is the amendment be agreed to, and I call the member for Lyons.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. And it's a pleasure to rise and speak on the Appropriation Bill number 3 of 2014-15, indeed. And it gives me an opportunity in the context of this bill, I think, to really discuss, I think, what has been for me a privilege to be part of a team here in Canberra, and more recently working with my state colleagues with the single focus of delivering for Tasmanians and for the wonderful state from where I come, and particularly my electorate of Lyons. The people in my electorate, the people of Tasmania, are focused on seeing us as representatives in this place talking about job creation, talking about a stronger economy, talking about opportunities for young people. And over the past 18 months, we've seen a government, and I'm very proud to be part of a government that has focused on commitments that we made prior to being elected in 2013 in relation to infrastructure, particularly, that we have been able to deliver, that are starting to deliver the shoots, if you will, of opportunity. We're seeing that reflected in business confidence surveys. Tasmania is leading the nation. Small and medium enterprises are looking again to reinvest. And there are even signs, and I'm so pleased to see signs there that businesses once again willing to take on employees, and particularly take on younger employees. In terms of infrastructure, it has been a year of delivery. Anybody that comes to our beautiful state and drives down the Midland Highway that goes from Launceston to Hobart won't be able to do it at the moment as quickly as they will be in 12 months' time, in 18 months' time, but there is a lot of work going on there, and it's so pleasing to see local civil engineering businesses out there improving the road. In some cases, looking at duplication of the highway, and in other places widening the highway, putting in additional lanes, but particularly focused on bringing that road up to being a much safer road than it currently is. So, with $400 million committed to the Midlands Highway from the Commonwealth Government, $100 million committed from the state government, Tasmanians are starting to see the work that is happening on the highway. In terms of road infrastructure, again, it's been a year of delivery in respect of black spots, and my electorate, being a large, rambling rural electorate, has had its share of black spot funding, which has added again to making our roads safer as people travel around Tasmania. Again, roads to recovery money, additional $350 million across the nation, and councils in my electorate, the 13 municipalities that are in the electorate of Lyons, will share greatly in that additional money for regional infrastructure. I'm looking forward to announcements around the Bridges Renewal Program. We have many councils that put in applications. I hope that some of those are successful. I know that the amount of money that's allocated there surely won't fix all of the bridges that are required to be repaired and renewed around Australia, but I look forward to a successful application in terms of my electorate. But particularly in terms of infrastructure outside of roads, the commitment that we gave to upgrade the Hobart Airport, to put the international, if you will, back into the Hobart Airport. $38 million, significant commitment, and I was pleased to join Senator Abetz and Senator Parry and Senator Bushby recently at the Hobart Airport, along with Rod Parry, the CEO, and Mel Percival from Hobart Airport Corporation, to announce the first tranche of that funding there for planning. This will open up so many opportunities for our state. As some would understand, that investment was principally based on the expansion of the Antarctic program, making Hobart a step-off point for Antarctic endeavours. The difficulty being that large aircraft were unable to take off with the fuel that was required to do those sort of journeys. So by extending the runway at the Hobart International Airport, we will be able to compete and attract, one would hope, missions from other countries that will use Hobart as a step-off point, and all the benefits then that flow to other local businesses in the area, in addition, that use Hobart to provision for their research in the Antarctic. But I think most recently, in terms of, again, demonstrating this government's commitment to infrastructure and investing in infrastructure that will allow the private sector to have the confidence, could be demonstrated no better than the $60 million that was announced only last week by the Prime Minister when he visited my electorate at Evandale, the beautiful town of Evandale, just south of Launceston. 5 schemes around the state, circular head up on the northwest coast in my colleague, the member for Braddon's electorate, the Scottsdale scheme up in the northeast in my colleague, the member for Bass's electorate, but 3 schemes in the electorate of Lyons. The Southern Highlands scheme in the town of Bothwell, an area of the state that has been drought declared more than any other region in Tasmania over the last 15 years, will at last be able to build an irrigation scheme there. Winter take, flood take out of the Shannon, put into a turkey nest dam that will be able to be delivered to farmers between Bothwell and all the way down to Hamilton. It is significant. The town of Bothwell over the last 15 years has run out of water on a number of occasions, and this not only for the farmers in the area, but also for the town in terms of access to reliable water will be a truly a game changer. It will allow businesses in that area to diversify. We will see dry land becoming dairy farms. We will see the ability to be able to finish livestock that had traditionally been produced only for breeding stock, but now being able to be finished properly, and the benefits that come from that. We will see more reliable poppy crops. We will see a whole range of other things being grown in that area. Over on the east coast, the Swan River scheme as well is a very high value scheme where particularly the focus will be on viticulture and horticulture, and the towns of Swansea, the towns of Triabunna and the towns of Bicheno will absolutely benefit from that, and the jobs that will flow and the investment that will come from private owners in those areas that will invest as a result of this infrastructure being put in place. Just in terms of the Antarctic again, finally, after much procrastination, it has been the job of this government to finally commit to replacing the Aurora Australis. Now, I don't know how much it's going to cost. It will cost a substantial amount of money, but thanks to the good work of Minister Hunt, there is now a commitment to replace the very ageing Aurora Australis to enable Australian researchers, many which come from Hobart and my state of Tasmania more broadly, to be able to continue their good work of research in the Southern Oceans and Antarctic. We've delivered over the last 12 months, as part of an election commitment, the Solar Towns project. So communities from New Norfolk, from Engagebrook, at Baghdad at the Community Centre, New Bena at the Civic Centre down on the Tasman Peninsula. I recently had Minister Hunt at the Sorell RSL. I just received notification from the Bicheno Golf Club on the east coast that they have received nearly $20,000 for the installation of solar panels on those community clubs. All around the state, we've been able to deliver and support those community and those sporting organisations to be more self-sustaining through the Solar Towns funding. Almost $300,000 has been rolled out in the electorate of Lyons. In addition, again within the Minister for Environment's portfolio, the Green Army projects. We've just had announced in the second round 4 new projects there, three in the in the municipality of the Break of Day. Also a project which crosses over into the member for Franklin's electorate as well as the member for Denison's electorate in the southern part of Lyons. We already have projects up in the northwest, particularly in the Rubicon estuary, looking to remove the curse of the ricegrass there that it has infested that estuary for many years. So there's great work going on in the electorate around the Green Army projects, and I'd certainly encourage further applications from community groups and councils there for appropriate opportunities to clean up waterways, to stop erosion, a whole range of opportunities. I was very pleased that also last year we were able to continue the funding, again through the Department of the Environment, a really important project that is being undertaken by the Inland Fisheries Services of $800,000 for the work that they are doing to eradicate carp. I know as many mainlanders would maybe not appreciate, but Tasmania is effectively free of carp except in two locations, Lake Crescent and Lake Sorrel. Lake Crescent, though, about 2 years ago they were successful, the Inland Fisheries Department, of removing carp from that waterway, and the challenge still remains in Lake Sorrel. And these are dedicated professionals, and I was so pleased to be able to support them with funding. Indeed, confidence is returning. I was very pleased, and a very high quality application, but based on the work that they do, and I know firsthand the work that they do and the passion that they have for their work, is the ASBAS funding for small business funding that was received by the Break of Day Business Enterprise Centre at St Helens in the northeast of my electorate. Nick Crawford and his team do truly wonderful work. He's committed, apart from being a very good fisherman. He does wonderful work with the community there, and it's all part of what we're seeing in terms of the confidence that is coming back. In terms of unemployment numbers, Tasmania's unemployment for the first time in many years has started to turn the corner and is again heading south. And I really do believe that is an illustration that there is renewed confidence coming back into our communities, and particularly in regional communities. I'm looking forward to the Innovation and Investment Fund that was well oversubscribed. I'm aware that the amount of money that we had for dollar business investment was oversubscribed to a great degree. There was 137 applications, as I understand it, with a commitment of private capital of $85 million that was put towards across a wide range of sectors and industries, again illustrating absolutely that there is confidence within the business sector to invest and start to create jobs again in Tasmania. The Work for the Dole programs, I was very pleased to have Senator Betts with me at 2 Work for the Dole programs last week that are going particularly well. At Woolmer's Estate, young people that are learning and gaining new skills, in this case the management of the kitchen garden at Woolmer's Estate, but also looking at some of the heritage work that needs ongoing and regular maintenance, and the skills that they are gaining. And the discipline that they are provided with is wonderful for them, and I've got no doubt some of those young people will very soon end up in work. But I think I guess the highlight for me of the past 12 months is absolutely, I think, the work that has been done by the Minister for Trade and Investment, Minister Rob, in delivering the 3 free trade agreements with South Korea firstly, Japan, and more recently China. These are game-changing opportunities for our state. I did say when the Minister visited my electorate a couple of weeks ago that it could well have been instead of the CAFTA, it could have been the TAFTA, the Tasmanian Free Trade Agreement. So good is that for Tim Reid and cherry exporters in our state, where he's been able to increase his exports of cherries as a result of the 24% tariff being reduced from 5 tonnes last year to 190 tonnes this year. This is jobs, this is wealth creation, this is the private sector in Tasmania finally, after many years of Labor and the Greens, hurting our state so badly, starting to find its feet again, and I look forward to continuing doing good work. Thank you, Deputy
Thank
Speaker.
the member for Lyons. Question is